We can hear you from the comms box. From the comms box we can. Brilliant, thank you.
Varsity. From the moment it all began, turning through a rich history, following in the footsteps of those who came before you, recognising you aren't the first ones to wear the jersey and won't be the last. Being part of something that's bigger than yourself, that means more than what happens on the field. It's about reaching new heights, having confidence in your team and immersing yourself in the atmosphere, breaking barriers, standing together. The roar of the crowd that carries you forward, cheering you on every step of the way. It all comes down to this moment, cheese versus sauce. The foundations are laid, now build your legacy.
It's time to own your moment.
Hello and welcome to Kate Lane, the home of the Cheltenham Town Women's, Bishop's Cleeve and now the 2026 varsity fixture between the University of Gloucestershire and the University of Worcestershire. You're here with us, Jack Tozer, alongside me, Harry Parker with Harry. Looking forward to this one.
Yeah, good morning, Jack. Good morning, all watching on YouTube. We're here for the University of Gloucestershire versus University of Worcester varsity, men's football varsity, and it promises to be a great game. We saw a great game last year, that's for sure. It was Worcester who came away with the spoils, winning 4-3 in last year's varsity. But University of Gloucestershire, I'm sure, will be hoping to right that record right and get the win this year.
Indeed, Harry. All the stats again leading up to this year shows that Gloucester should be high on confidence. Back-to-back league champions and League Cup double as well this season. Worcester, however, like you said, they've won the last two varsities with a lot of these players involved in both of those games. So they'll be hoping to make it a three-peat, while Gloucester will hope to set the record straight. It's a lovely day, isn't it, Harry? There are a few faces around it, not a full capacity as we would have hoped for, but we're set for a very good spectacle nonetheless.
Yeah, a bit of wind flying about, but I think the sun is meant to come out soon. Sun meant to be shining. Promises to be a great couple of hours here at Kate Lane. We've got the players warming up, as you can see on the live stream. Couple of shots being fired in, one from Oakley James here, and a great save from the keeper Morrison, Callum Morrison, who will be hoping to get his hands warm early in the game today.
Indeed, he will. And anyone else, particularly you're looking at from this Gloucester side as they're warming up just in front of us, Harry?
Well, one man I think we've got to mention early is actually the skipper, Ben Weaver, playing at the back today. He's already lifted 2 cups this season. Definitely happy with his boys, but he's very solid at the back for Gloss. A very tall defensive line. Set pieces nightmare. But Ben Weaver, he'll be ordering his players about today, that's for sure. He's the loudest voice on the pitch, as always. And we hope to see a great performance from him today from centre half.
Indeed, and then as we look across into the Worcester side, a lot of experience. Wins at Varsity, of course, the likes of Toby Christie in net. All the callers up top. And of course, the captain himself, Taylor Bradley. There's a lot of class on this field, Harry, and I'm really looking forward to getting it started.
Yeah, I think to mention the Olakolo brothers is definitely a big one. Both in the starting lineup today, and they both played last year. And they, to be honest, proved really difficult for Gloucester defenders. And I think a lot of the attacking play is going to come from both Manny and Dan Olakolo. But you've also got to mention the captain, Oliver Taylor Bradley. He played last year as well. He actually scored 2 goals last year, Taylor Bradley. And he's in the sort of midfield of the park. He's going to be trying to get his boys going, get his boys firing to try and break the likes of Ben Weaver and Ben Brown at the back.
Indeed. And Gloucester have made their way back down the green tunnel. Just waiting on Worcester. There's 9 minutes until the proposed kick-off time of 11 o'clock. An early one, Harry, but I'm sure that we'll be awoken from any slumber as this one starts.
Yeah, an early kick-off. The women's football game gets underway after this one, so make sure not to go anywhere after this one. Got a couple of interviews being done post-game and hopefully half-time as well, which will be really interesting to hear from the players themselves. Just looking at whether both teams respectively finished in the leagues last season, Jack. And obviously, as we know, Uni of Gloucester won the league quite nicely, quite convincingly. Worcester actually finished 3rd in their league, Midlands Tier 3B, played 10, won 6, lost 3. So not a little bad result there for them.
It's not, and like we say, we can talk about the league or the success in the season, but it's proved time and time again, especially when you look back just as far as last year, that this game is very much a cup final mentality. Is the team who rocks up on the day and performs best. As Worcester will hope to make it a three-peat as they leave the field before entering at the start of this match.
(8-3) to Worcester, the score overall in the varsity between the two universities so far, Jack. But quite convincing lead, if I don't say so myself.
They have indeed. The Arena Day in Gloucester proved to be the killer so far. The darts, a great spectacle to open up the varsity campaign. We were there ourselves, an excellent day. The first ever varsity darts event, a great spectacle. And then cricket yesterday, unfortunately couldn't get over the line from a Gloucester point of view. But the two footballing sides will hope to make it a little bit of a shorter lead for Worcester as we come into the final stretch of the Varsity 2026.
A shout out to the University of Gloucestershire football boys who are watching in the pub. I hear they've put money behind the bar to get the telly on the screen to watch their boys hopefully go out and get a win. So a big shout out to all of you boys.
They'll be hoping that gala is well and truly bouncing, won't they, Harry? So yeah, we know you'd rather be here in the stands, but we'll try to do our best to make sure that you feel like you're right within it. As the tunnel has been stretched out, kick-off approaches. Exciting times for both teams. I must say, Harry, as kick-off approaches, I think we ought to mention the American contingent in the Gloucester side. You've got the likes of Mikel Graham, Jax Hunt, who's been on fine form this year, Elijah MacDonald as well. You know, plenty of boys, Charlie Ames and Alexis Marquez as well. A lot of boys in from the UDA system. How good is that to see?
Oh, it's absolutely amazing to see those boys doing so well. And it's also worth a mention that Jax Hunt and Mikel Graham both made the University's England South squad. And what a great achievement that is, just showing their ability, showing their great footballing skills for this University of Gloucestershire side.
Yeah, we're looking forward to seeing what they can do. Mikel Graham, likely to set up on the left of the defence, can play all along the back line. No recognised left back, but he is the closest thing to it in the Gloucester side, so it is likely he will prop up next to either Weaver or Brown, who will sit in the heart of defence, with James Blackman monitoring the right, as he's done expertly so far this season.
A couple of goals for Graham this season as well, 4 in all competitions I believe, proving that he can find the net even from defence.
Indeed, indeed. So, as we approach kick-off, we shall wait for the teams, but before then I'll take you through the starting lineups. So, in goal for Gloucester, it is the Canadian Callum Morrison. A back four of James Blackman, Ben Weaver the captain, Ben Brown his vice-captain alongside him with Mikel Graham. It's a midfield four likely to be a narrow diamond with Henry Dalton Welsh holding Oakley James, Shane Pearson and Adam Smith, the GOAT, in the number 10 jersey. And up front, it has been a dangerous duo for Gloucestershire this year. It's the Welshman Callum Bridge and talisman Jax Hunt. On the bench for Gloucester, it reads Charlie Ames, Alexis Marquez, Riley Stokes, Jimmy Fawkes, a late addition into the squad after playing in the threes all year, and Elijah MacDonald. The away side, Worcester, looking to make it a three-peat, as we say. In goal, Toby Christie. Back four, Jude Mulsbury, Keir Mulcahy, Josh Hinds and Brodie Allibone. Midfield is Finn Holiday, Charlie Gardner, Sam Austin, and in that number 10 role is the skipper, Oliver Taylor-Bradley. And then in attack, the dangerous Manny and Dan Ola Cole.
Two minutes away from kick-off now. Excitement is building around Kate Lane. I'm sure all of you watching on the live stream are getting excited as well ahead of this one, ahead of the players walking out and ahead of the Men's Football Varsity 2026.
Out first for Gloucester, the head coach of the day, Maxon Llyr-Rhys-Williams, the man from North Wales, taking on a different role today. He's usually operating the left flank, but he'll operate the dugout in the absence of head coach Ivor, who is unfortunately away in Norway. What a time to book an holiday, eh?
Hope you're having a good time in Norway, Ivor, whilst your boys are taking the field.
I'm sure he'll be phoning in if Max needs any assistance. But a lot of the players have said there's no one they'd rather substitute in for their gaffer other than their club captain. So a suitable replacement, Harry. such an important week for both universities, Harry. We're involved in it. Playing and working on it is such a spectacle, isn't it? Such an event to be part of as a university student.
It's the best event of the year, without a shadow of a doubt. Playing, spectating, working, all of it is good fun. 8-3, as I said, so far to Worcester. But that doesn't take away from the fun Gloucester have, both in the sport and outside the sport, after the sporting events. Still got lots more to come. Men's and women's rugby union on the Monday, and then it's the Worcester Arena Day next Wednesday, with the likes of netball, dance and basketball finishing us off for the Varsity Week.
Indeed. Again, a big opportunity for the University of Gloucestershire. 2 fixtures today to cut that lead, as the Gloucestershire bench makes its way over to the touchline, led by Elijah MacDonald. Big shout out to Jimmy Fawkes, a sports journalism student in his first year. A late call up for him after playing in the threes all year. Some midfield to be part of if he were to come on with the likes of Oakley James, down to Welsh, Adam Smith and Pearson. 3 out of the 4 played last year, Harry, and they were key influences, weren't they?
100%, very key. Last year we saw in that first half Gloucestershire really put it to Worcester, to be honest, and that was all through that midfield, getting around Worcester, crosses into the box, finding the net. But Worcester came back in the second half, and what a comeback it was to win 4-3. Referee for this one is Mike Eithier, with the 2 assistant referees being Andrew Harknett and Luke Davies.
So, it's that time of year again. Varsity, Gloucester, Worcester, pride memories, heroes villains, set for another thrilling fixture. Worcester, the three-peat is well and truly on, but for Gloucester, an almighty treble. 2 teams full of class, ready to stamp their mark on their final game of the 2026 season. I'll just take you through the teams once more, starting with Gloucester. In goal, Callum Morrison. In defence, James Blackman, Ben Weaver, Ben Brown, Michael Graham. In the midfield, Henry Dante Welsh, Oakley James, Shane Pearson and Adam Smith. And up top, Callum Bridge alongside Jax Hunt. As for Worcester, Toby Christie starts in net, Jude Millsbury, Cian Mulcahy, Josh Hinds and Brodie Alborn in defence. It's a midfield 3 of Charlie Gardner, Sam Austin and the skipper Oliver Taylor Bradley, and then a front 3 in the form of Jamal Laidley, Manny Olakolo and Dan Olakolo. Kick-off approaches as both sides are in their respective huddles.
These huddles are always so interesting as a player. You've got to get your head in the right space for the next 90 minutes. Got to make sure you've got to go out there, fight for everything, fight for the badge, fight for the boys around you, fight for your friends, and that is what Varsity is all about.
We'll be joined in the stand as well, just to our left. A few of the Gloucestershire women's players as well. They'll be looking to get a win themselves later on, so make sure you stay around for that one as well on the live stream, and if you can, flood the gates, as the stands will be open for that one. But as we look on to this one, Harry, there's a skipper Ben Weaver with the orange armband around his left arm. What do you think that message from the Big Brum would have been in that huddle?
Well, he's got to be telling his boys just to fight for every battle, get to every ball, work harder than your opposite man, be the fitter side, be the more skillful side, more composed. And Gloucestershire will be hoping for a fast start, an early start, get a bit of possession under their belt just to settle the nerves, ease into the game, to get a bit of confidence. And if you're Gloucestershire, you're looking to score first. If you're Worcester, you're looking to defend and maybe get on the counter-attack.
So, predictions, Harry, you're thinking a strong Gloucester start then?
I am thinking a strong start from Gloucester. It's what we saw last year, Jack. We saw them inside the Worcester half often, but unfortunately they couldn't hold it up in the second half and Worcester came back. So I'm predicting a fast start from Gloucester, but a good defensive start from Worcester. We'll see.
So the toss is going ahead with referee Mike here between Taylor Bradley and Weaver. Seems as though the teams are going to stay where they are. Worcester playing from left to right in our position in the stand, and they will kick off. You can hear Weaver through the mics already, nice and loud, as it is the University of Gloucestershire versus the University of Worcester in 2026 men's varsity fixture. Just a slight delay on kickoff. Unsure what's holding that up. Just if the nerves win enough, Harry.
Interesting to see Dan Olokolo repping the gloves today. It's cold, but not that cold.
Away we go then. Worcester get us underway with a long ball forward over the top of Taylor Bradley. It's flicked on by Pearson, and it will be a throw in for Worcestershire deep in the Gloucester half. All born up from left back to take. Into the centre, down by Olokolo. But it's defended well for another Worcestershire throw in. So Harry, expecting to be a cagey start, do you think?
100%. The nerves are going to be there for both sides. We'll just see now which two of the sides can get the ball under their feet first. A bit of possession into their legs.
As Pearson picks the ball up in midfield, into James, out to Blackman. Here's Bridge. His tackle is taking him out, and it's a Worcester throw in. So much on this game for both teams, but they'll hope to start well as Pearson's up in the air once more and Beavers are to retreat. Back to Morrison, his keeper. Here's Brown. James. He'll drive on, as he loves to do so much, as he looks ahead and finds Pearson. Back to James. But his pass is unsuccessful. A good start though. Oakley James getting on the ball as we expected, Harry, in that middle of midfield.
Oakley James is going to be so key for Gloucester today. He loves to get deep, get the ball and drive, but he's also got both feet to find the correct pass, find the right ball, and he puts his teammates in great positions, and he'll be hoping to see a bit more of that today.
Here's Weaver, the skipper. Being patient, are Gloucester. Interesting to see the positions that Michael Graham's picking up. He's floating around. It's a bit of a fluid back four in truth, Harry.
Yeah, 100%. They're sort of coming in and out of the back four. Shane Pearson just went back there. Michael Graham's going from the left into the back.
James with the ball forward, but it can't find the feet of Adam Smith. As we said, Harry, it's a bit of a fluid formation all round for Gloucester. Jax Hunt, who's known for his goals up top, floating in the middle and out onto the left as well. So Gloucester just picking up space as and when they can. But it's Worcester with the ball as they look to go forward. It's good pressing by Gloucestershire. Here's Dan Olokolu. But his pass is cut out by Graham and out for a throw in on the halfway line. It's a good header by James as the ball's bouncing around. Who can pick up? It's a lovely ball by Adam Smith on the half volley with Bridge chasing. But Moresby is there to his equal. There's a good battle there. Bridge, Harry, we know he's a strong man, that Welshman up top, and he'd be looking to get on every bouncing ball, wouldn't he? Yeah,
Bridge does really well there. Doesn't give up on that ball, gets his shoulder in, bit of physicality, and actually ends up winning the throw-in for Gloss in a great attacking position.
So the throw goes in by Blackman. It's flicked over the head of Bridge, but James back into the area. Here's Hunt. Back to the edge of the box to Smith. It's bouncing around once more. Calls for a push, but Smith gets the flick on again. But it's over the head of everyone. And out for a Worcester goal kick. Quite a frantic start, Harry, bouncing balls. Everyone trying to get their head on it, trying to get a foot on it. Frantic start.
I think, to be honest, that's definitely to be expected. The nerves from both these teams, you're going to expect a bit of franticness, which is absolutely fine. Gloucester have only lost one game all season, and we'll be hoping that those wins are becoming a habit. Won the league, won the cup final. Can they do the hat-trick and win Varsity as well?
Indeed, just the one loss, like you said. 8 from 8 at the moment. And there's a good run to be on. Can they make it 9 out of 9 and get that all-important Varsity win that they've been craving for the past 2 seasons? Ben Weaver will hope so. You know, his 3rd Varsity, he'll be looking for his 1st win, and as captain he'll make it all sweet there. There's Worcester with the ball once more as Olokolo looks to flick on, but it's a great clearance by Graham on his preferred right foot, playing at left back today, but a right-footed player.
Just been watching the movements of Dan Olokolo, Jack, and he's going to definitely prove a bit of a nightmare for the Gloucester back four. Weaver and Brown dealt with him well so far, but he's moving a lot, always picking up new spaces, identifying new gaps and trying to pick the ball up in good space. One to watch.
So there was a push in the back on that throw-in, so it will be a free kick for Gloucester. With James Blackman, he loves these positions, doesn't he, Harry? 9 assists this season in competitive fixtures, and with the goals being spread out between the team, it's positions like these that could cause them deadly. So Blackman awaits the referee's whistle. Weaver, Brown, Graham, all in the penalty area. Big frames. Slipped in the box. It's close to Weaver's head. Is in between the two centre halves of Weaver and Brown. But here's Pearson looking to get it back into the box. But he's found Brown on the edge instead. And Worcester are able to half clear, only as far as James, who picks up the ball well. Weaver, lovely turn from the centre half, gives it back to James. But the midfielder couldn't find his skipper once more. James, despite the small frame, Harry, he's must have about 4 or 5 headers already. He's not afraid of the ball in the air, is he?
No, it's not at all. He's fearless, Oakley James. He'll go for anything, be at every ball. And he's such a playmaker, as is this man, James Blackman. They'll be looking for the height of Ben Weaver and Ben Brown, as well as Graham. Get it in the box. A lot of goals scored from headers this season, from Gloss, with a great set-piece taker over the ball.
Here's Blackman once more, looking for that back stick, and his captain Weaver once more, but is away from his fellow skipper, Taylor Bradley. Here's Moresby, looking down the line, but doesn't go very far. And Weaver picks it back up in midfield, or does he? As Worcester are on the attack. Here comes Manny Olokolo, looking to get the better of Shane Pearson, but he can't. That's very good defending by Pearson, as he looks for support but Worcester are surrounding him like a bunch of piranhas. Here's Hunt, finds his attacking partner Bridge. Hunt once more, here's James, onto his right foot, but his effort is blocked. Blackman, looking for the back stick for Hunt. Header's made, down to James. Hunt once more, back to goal, finds Adam Smith, but his effort is blocked once more as well. Good defending from Worcester. Here's Olokolo, he goes down, and it is a free kick. Ben Brown not happy with that one, but the referee doesn't look like changing his mind anytime soon.
Gotta say, Jack, it's been all Gloucestershire possession so far. Worcester really need to try and get a foothold in the game, get a couple of passes strung together. Oliver Taylor-Bradley, I'm sure, will be getting into his boys on the field, the skipper, to try and just get the football underneath their feet. But Gloucester are really pressing hard, and have got most of the possession of the ball, but still 0-0.
It's just a case of that bouncing ball for Gloucester at the moment. Getting underneath it, being brave. That man, Oatley James, in the heart of it once more. Wins the ball back, but can only find Olokolo, who looks to get the beating of Graham. Still Olokolo, good feet. He is fouled by Graham, but it's just on the edge of the penalty area. That is centimetre stuff from being a penalty for Worcester. Free kick is the call. Definite foul, Harry.
Yeah, it was a foul. The ref's just saying to Olokolo that it was definitely outside the box. The Gloucestershire defender, Mikel Graham, isn't happy about the call. But at the end of the day, ref decision makes all.
It's good feet by Olokolo. Got the turn, didn't he? Which initiated the foul from Graham. And this is the first real opportunity for Worcestershire. As Manny Olokolo, just in front of us, is shaping up with his right foot. Keeper Callum Morrison with a two-man wall. But here's Olokolo. Right foot strike into the box. A bit hard for anyone to really get a hold of it, to be honest, Harry. A bit of a bizarre choice of cross. Low and driven, rather than a looping one for a header.
That wasn't really a good ball at all from Olokolo. That sort of short effort, you're looking to get it on target, but it wasn't a lofted ball, so it was a bit of an odd cross, to be honest. Needed to get it up a bit more to try and find one of the heads of Worcester.
Definitely didn't trouble Callum Morrison in goal, as it's another foul and Worcester ball once more. Worcester starting to get a foothold a little bit, getting them danger men on the ball. Gloucester need to keep their discipline, don't want to be losing out in territory too much. We're still 0-0 with 10 minutes gone. Christie clears, looking for Olokolo. It was a good battle by Graham and he wins it well, and it's found James. Back to Graham. It's a long ball looking for Hunt, but there's a hopeful one in truth, and Christie will collect with comfort.
Just thinking about that cross back there from Olokolo, Jack. Maybe he doesn't want to loft it in because he knows the height of the Gloucester back four. Maybe he's trying to drive it in low to see if they can get a Worcester foot on it. So, an odd decision, but maybe the right call. Could have worked another day.
Indeed, and Marsbury pass couldn't quite find his attacking teammate. So it'll be a goal kick with Morrison. He'll play it short to Brown. We must say, despite their height, Harry, these pair in the back, they don't lack that ability on the ball, do they? A classic case of ball playing centre-backs.
100%, definitely ball playing centre-backs. Brown, the right centre-half, the vice-captain today as well. Got man of the match in a 1-1 draw with Hartbury this season. He's one of UAG football's main men at the back, that's for sure. What a ball that is.
Yeah, it's a great ball by Graham. As we find on the right hand side, Jack's Hunt looks to get into the area. His Bridge on the turn! There was a contest, but the referee waves it away. First time we've really seen Hunt and Bridge link up. Oh, that is tight. Bridge on the turn. Turns well, not an awful lot of contact as he hits the deck. So potentially a correct call by the referee.
Could have gone either way, that one, from the naked eye. I think there definitely was contact on Bridge, and he went down. Could have been a penalty, but unfortunately no VAR at Kate Lane, so Gloucestershire are just going to have to crack on with that one.
Good stuff from Gloucestershire though. Hunt and Bridge, they have been brilliant for them all season. Quite often if Hunt is on the score sheet, it's a Bridge assist that follows on paper, so these two are looking to combine to break Worcester hearts today. Here's Weaver looking for a long diagonal ball. He finds it superbly to Blackman. His touch isn't brilliant, but it finds Brown anyway. Brown will drive forward, low cross into the middle, finds Bridge. Here's Smith, but is away from Worcester, picked up by Weaver. This is what Gloucester would want. Controlled possession, trying to find their forward men. He's down to Welsh in the heart of midfield, wearing that 6 jersey. Here's Graham at the heart of defence once more, as Weaver picks it up on the left. Still Weaver into Bridge. There's a good. Here's Weaver. He looked to strike it, and a strike it was. But it's a good block by Moresby, and will still go away. Here's Olokolo looking to beat Smith, but he can't. It's good defending from the midfielder, as down to Welsh is pressured by Olokolo, but it is a foul, and a foul it was. Gloucester playing it quick down the line. Hunt is away. Jax Hunt in for on goal, but his last touch just takes him away from goalkeeper Toby Christie, who can collect. It's a big chance, Harry.
What a ball that was from Adam Smith. Mr. Consistent, 7 appearances in the team of the week this season. He's a great player, the little man wearing the number 10 jersey today. And that was a little outside of the but Travella type pass to find his man Jax Hunt, who couldn't finish for Gloucester.
So we've just crossed the 15-minute mark, still 0-0. Gloucester with the lion's share possession. But Worcester, like we thought, do have the ability on the counter-attack, as we've seen a few times from the likes of the Olacolos. Here's Brown. His pass to James just makes it. So James will return it to his centre half. Weaver. Out to Smith. Controlled from Gloucester. Graham once more. He's looking ahead for Hunt. Those two players, England University selected. They'll be looking to link up well. They know each other well, UDA boys. And that ball to Hunt will be sought after all game, I'd imagine, Harry.
100% he's a live wire up there. But he works so well with Bridge, because Bridge can drop back and hold the ball up and then find runs from Jax Hunt, who is very quick. But Bridge's hold-up play, his first touch, is very good. And they often use him as that marquee man just to drop back and get the ball up the field a bit, which is why we see Bridge and Hunt link up so much.
Very interesting to see the shape of Gloucester with the ball. James Blackman pushed right onto that far touchline up the field, and it's almost a back three with one of the midfielders, whether it be Pearson or Welsh, getting in to help the defensive line. But here's Hunt once more as he picks the ball up in the corner. He's targeted by Moresby, but his pass goes back to Graham. The lofted ball was over everyone's head, and it's out for a throw-in. A whipping ball, not much control on it. Finds his way to the far touchline. It's just a one clear-cut chance, really, with Hunt, who couldn't get a shot away. No real threats on goal as such. Callum Morrison yet to make a real save. Is James lifting the ball over the top, looking for Bridge. The ball's holding up in the wind, isn't it, Harry? You can see it. But Bridge collects well and looks for a cross, but his cross is blocked. And it will be a Gloucester throw in deep inside the Worcester half.
We just talked about Bridges' hold-up play, and that was just a prime example of it there. Getting to the ball, holding it up, winning a throw-in, getting possession back for his boys. Well played, Callum Bridge.
Bit of an unforced error there from Gloucester. Bouncing ball around there from the throw-in. Forced Brown into a skew-whiff pass, which ended up going out in the full. So it's a Worcester throw-in. It's a foul throw. That's one for your bingo card, Harry. A foul throw from Brodie Alaborn. So the decision will go the other way for Gloucestershire. It's a long throw, looking for James in the box, but has found Bridge instead. Here's Bridge. Gets his cross in. Hunt's looking for the front stick, but Christie's alert to it and beats him to it. Look for a long kick, but it's through down to Welsh, but not through Melman. Ben Brown, the big frame, managed to get one of his long levers on it for Gloucester to rebuild. Graham's been pressured, and so is James by Gardner. So Graham decides to get rid and looks for Hunt. The flick on is good, but his attacking partner Bridge is too far to pick up seconds and is forced into a foul inside the centre circle.
Got to say, Gloucester are on top, but Worcester have never looked like conceding so far, Jack. Mulcahy and Josh Hinds playing centre half for Worcester. They're looking calm and composed, and Gloucester have really yet to penetrate the Worcester goal. Probably worried that they haven't had a clear-cut chance yet, given the amount of possession they've had.
Can all change in a second, though, Harry. We know so much. Worcester turned the game on its head last year. We were in the seats to see it firsthand. Can all change in an instant in Varsity. Momentum swings. It's just how you manage those peaks and troughs in a game like this. You can imagine, though, the likes of Weaver, Brown, Graham in the defence of Gloucester, plenty of touches on the ball, feeling confident inside this first 20 minutes. Here's Blackman. Looks back for Pearson. Here's Brown. Ball's played in front of Weaver, but there's no one around him, so he can just sprint onto it as he finds James. He's picking positions up all along this midfield, is Oakley James. Here's Welsh under pressure, so he just goes back to Graham. No stress, says Gloucester. Here's James. He's picked up a bit of space. He's looking to poke it forward into Hunt, but it's not found. It's well by Mulcahy as Gardner shifts it forward. Ben Weaver's on the chase, and it is good defending in the end. Laidley was the man in chase.
Weaver did well there just to come across, put enough pressure on Laidley. Gloucester don't want to be vulnerable to a counter-attack. The likes of Manny and Dan Olakolo, Lamar Laidley are definitely quick enough and definitely skillful enough to be dangerous on the counter. So Gloucester haven't looked like conceding a counter-attack too badly so far, but Weaver and Brown will definitely have that in the back of their minds just to be aware of.
Still 0-0. 21 minutes gone. As Dante Welsh picks the ball up the right side of the fence, looks for James, who's alert once more, picking the ball up. It's the skipper, Weaver. The call is made to loft it forward, so he does, but can't find a Gloucester shirt as Gardner picks it up in midfield. Great flick on by Graham, and he is absolutely lumped in midfield, in truth, and it is a Gloucestershire free kick. Look at that for a challenge, Harry.
Bit of a bad one, that. Graham will probably feel that one in the morning, but he's alright, up and walking, ready for this set piece, getting into the box. Blackman's over the ball. Let's see what he can produce.
Looked like he was coming in off the top rope, didn't he? He had some airtime, did Graham. So he's up. No complaints from the Gloucestershire defender. And it is a central free kick for Blackman. A bit of a strange one to navigate. But he'll loft it forward, looking for the likes of Weaver and Graham. But the ball is picking up in the wind and can't find the Gloucestershire shirt. Here's Smith anyway. For Pearson, looking for Graham, who's picked up a position on the right wing, but he can't find it. Gloucester need to be careful here. They got a couple of men out of position as Worcester pick up the ball with Ola Colo. Here he is once more, looking to get the beat in of Adam Smith, but it was a great tackle. And there's another good one by Dante Welsh as Gloucester look to attack. Here's Smith once more. Hunt on his left hand side, he uses him well. Here's Hunt into the box, finds Bridge. Bridge's touch is good. Here's Smith, a deflection, but helps out keeper Toby Christie. Right-footed effort. Deflections can always be a difficulty for keepers, but it made the effort that little bit easier for the Welshman in net.
Great build-up play, wasn't it, from Gloss? Couple of one-touch passes in there. Bridge again, holding the ball up. And it was a deflected shot in the end. I think if it hadn't have got a deflection, it might have been searching for that right corner. So good defending from Worcester at the back. Josh Hinds. But a decent chance for Gloucester.
Yeah, probably the best chance Gloucester have had all game, as Graham gives it the old have it from about the halfway line, and it's a Gloucestershire. It's a Worcestershire, goal kick. Like you said, Harry, it's a good connection from Smith, trying to whip that foot around it, his favourite right foot. But that deflection from the Worcester defence, making the effort tame. It's a good defensive header from Weaver that finds James as he looks for Hunt once more. He's spinning away from Malmesbury with the bouncing ball. Oh, and it's headed back from Malmesbury, but Hunt can't get there. Here's Smith. The bridge goes down, but no penalty given. Referee calls dive, and probably the right call, Harry Papworth.
I think it is the right call. I think Bridge goes down to the ground early, and the ref's actually got his card out, I think, for Bridge here. Bridge should have probably waited for a bit more contact before he went down. But I tell you what, Malmesbury is a very, very lucky man. It was a header that missed his goalkeeper, looking like it was going towards the net. Jax Hunt was getting on it, but in the end he did recover. And then Bridge went down. Not a penalty, and I think that's a yellow card in the books.
Yep, first yellow card of the day for the Welshman, Callum Bridge. The right decision, in truth. Still 0-0 here on the 25-minute mark. Like you said, Harry, a bit of a breakdown in communication between Malmesbury and his keeper Christie there, and it nearly cost them the opening goal of the evening, of the morning. Sorry.
Well, I thought they've actually been really impressive in defence, Worcester, so far. They've had a lot of pressure on them, but at that point there, Jude Malmesbury didn't look too composed as he headed backwards into an open net, really. Jax Hunt couldn't quite get there. Malmesbury did recover in the end, and he'll be one very, very happy man.
So here's Graham looking down the line for Oakley James. His touch is good, but the second one is taken away from him as Worcester look to rebuild. Here's Taylor Bradley, who I believe that's one of the first times I've actually said his name, Harry. It's been a quiet start from the skipper so far, which shows how well Gloucestershire have monitored that midfield area.
Taylor Bradley, we know what he can do in attack. In defence, he's just picking up his man, doing his job. But we haven't seen Worcester in attack, therefore we haven't mentioned Taylor Bradley's name enough. Good pass with the ball. Scored 2 goals last year, Taylor Bradley. Probably the player of the match that day, it has to be said.
He was, yeah. He was voted player of the match. He's back-to-back player of the matches, actually, in Varsity. So, a man for the big occasion. He looked to get his side on the front foot as Gloucester have got the foothold so far, but still 0-0. Here's Hunt turning back, looking for some support. He finds her in Blackman. He'll turn back as well and find Dante Welsh. Opens his body up and goes back to Weaver. Weaver looks forward. His pass to Pearson is cut out. That'll be a throw-in on the far side, with Blackman going to retrieve the ball. It's a long throw from Blackman with a good flick on. Here's Hunt. It's a right-footed effort. He's not afraid to shoot, is Jack's Hunt. And if he has a position, he will put his foot behind it as Bridge looks to flick on, but can't make contact for his strike partner. The ball's high in the air, and Bridge is looking under it. It's a good flick on, but no Gloucester shirts in support. Here's Smith. After down to Welsh on the left-hand side. Inside to James. James onto his right foot. He finds Hunt. Hunt onto his left foot. His effort is wide. Not the contact he would have wanted there. But danger men from Gloucester picking up good positions time and time again, Harry. Should only lead to one thing.
A couple of shots in the last 30 seconds there from Jack's Hunt, and you can't blame him. He's in such good form. 15 goals this season. I think his teammates around him won't mind if he has a couple of pops at goal. Those two unfortunately not coming off for him, but you never know when one will.
Defensive header from Brown is met with a good clearance from Graham. As James picks the ball up once more, he looked for Graham on the left-hand touchline, instead flick himself back in and find Weaver. Here's Brown. Under pressure are the two centre-halves, but as the pass from James is read. Here's Olakolo, looks for a shot, but it's dealt with ease in the end. A bit of franticness in the Gloucester defence for the first time, Harry.
Manny Olakolo.
Here's Smith driving forward. Here's Hunt. He turns, looks for Smith once more, but the ball just reaches the feet of Toby Christie. Just going back on that Worcestershire attack, Harry. Bit of pressure put on from the front line onto Weaver and Ben Brown, and then Ben Brown's pass goes away from James, and a chance for the Worcester to really capitalise.
Yeah, Jack. Manny Olakolo actually picked a great position up on the left. He was very free. No Gloucestershire defender marking him, but unfortunately his brother couldn't find him. Went for goal himself, got a deflection and dribbled through to the keeper Callum Morrison, and Gloucester survive.
Bit of background about keeper Morrison. Canadian man, went to Brock University in Niagara Falls. He's a sports scholar here at the University of Gloucestershire. He is up for the Sports Scholar of the Year as well, Harry, in the Sports Awards. That will be around the corner for students within the sport and societies community of Gloucestershire. So a big man to have in the sticks. As Smith picks the ball up and finds Graham on the left. Smith once more finds Oakley James. It's a beautiful position by James, and his left-footed effort is blocked, but a great position picked up from the young man in midfield. It's a nasty challenge by Graham that has left Olakolo. Here it is. He does come flying in off the ball, does Graham, and is likely going to find him in the book as the referee reaches for his pocket. And Olakolo is stay down, Harry.
Graham has got that one all wrong, Jack. Nowhere near the ball, straight through the back of him, and Olakolo is down, and rightly so. And Graham should have no complaints about being in the book there. Got that one all wrong, the defender.
Somewhat unneeded, Harry. I think in that position of the field as a defender, you can see his intent. He wants to get stuck in. He wants to let the Worcestershire attackers know of his presence, but like you said, just got the timing all wrong there, and is left Olakolo in a worse way. He is back up to his feet though. That left leg that got affected is being seen to as he's readjusting his shin pad and socks.
Don't mind Graham getting stuck into the game, but he's got to do it legally. Bit silly there. He's on a yellow now. Got to be careful for the rest of the game. Hopefully he doesn't get another second yellow and cost his side to go down to 10 men. But definitely got that one wrong.
You can see though Weaver in the heart of defence, just patrolling his troops ever so slightly. Just tell him to calm down. Like I said, Gloucester haven't needed to make any rash decisions. But two players in the book. Bridge earlier for that dive in the box, and now Graham as Mulcahy will take the free kick. and go all the way back to his goalkeeper, Toby Christie. Christie looks long for a Worcester head, but is met by Graham. And that's what he can do when playing legally. As the ball's over to Olokolo. Bounce the ball is met by Weaver. Here's James. Bouncing ball from Smith. Tries to find Pearson, and Pearson flicks it over the head of Islebone gorgeously. Here's Hunt. On to Bridge. Looks for the box. Bridge once more. But it's good defending again from Worcester. Here's Blackman. He'll look to get the ball into the box with that dangerous right foot of his. It's deep in towards Hunt. Hunt is challenging the goalkeeper, Christie, but a punch with his right hand is strong. Worcester will look to try and get it away here with Laidley. He's under pressure from Graham, but he can't be too strenuous with his challenges as he's just been booked. But he does win it back. Here's Graham. It's into the box. Deep cross, looking for Bridge. His header just couldn't get on top of it, Harry, and is flicked away. No threat on the goal for Christie.
It was great build-up play originally, Jack. Shane Pearson getting the boys going, getting it wide, linking up with Smith. Callum Bridge gets it on the right into lots of space, and it has to say that it was sort of a tame cross into the box, straight in to the defender of Worcester. Brody Allibone it was. But yeah, bad cross into the box, but great build-up play from Gloucester, has to be said.
So still 0-0 here, 34 minutes on the clock. As Worcester on the attack. It's flicked over the top, but Morrison calls loud and clear and ships it away to Blackman. James with an air shot there, trying to get it upfield. Lucky his boot didn't come flying off there, in truth. As Worcester look to rebuild with Christie. Hunt's on the attack, but is away. Here's Smith. Finds Hunt. Here's Bridge. Right-footed effort! Just off target. It's a good strike from Bridge, but from that effort, from that range, sorry, it's got to be a hell of an effort, Harry.
Again, it's those boys, Smith, Hunt and Bridge linking up. Nice ball in to Hunt. Hunt, one touch over to Bridge on the right, and he has a strike, but unfortunately not on target from Bridge. He'll be disappointed that he didn't get it on target, but as you said, the shot was struck nicely, and if that was on target, possibly could have been a goal.
Still goalless here, as Weaver looks to take his team forward once more with a long ball over the top, looking to find one of his attackers, but there's no one in sight really, as the ball bounces around on the halfway line. Graham and Laidley going at it. There's a strong challenge from Pearson. Just another look on that foul. Pearson, the man, in disbelief, but foul it was. So Worcestershire will have the free kick. There's Mulcahy looking to dispatch it deep into the Gloucester half. You can hear that wind whistling round, Harry, can you?
Yeah, the wind's actually picking up rather than settling down, which is a bit annoying.
As the ball goes forward. And Morrison will collect. Patrolling that box well is Morrison. Not afraid to come out, use his feet as he gives it to Graham.
Man of the match in the cup final was Callum Morrison. Also got player of the month in March, showing he's got great recent form.
Yeah, it was a good win from Gloucester in that 2-0 cup victory. Clean sheet for Morrison is his third of the campaign.
I believe the skipper got on the score sheet that day, Jack.
Ben Weaver did. He did indeed. He'll be hoping to get another one, won't he? He's a great presence around the university life, is Ben Weaver. Friend to all, and I'm sure those boys in the gala will be jumping for joy if the big Brum gets his head or his foot onto one as James goes forward. Looking for Hunt. He contests in the air, which finds James. Here's Smith. Look onto his left foot. He shapes up a left-footed cross / shot, which is blocked. And Mikel Graham receiving some praise from Callum Bridge, a strong Welsh accent from the Cardiff boy shining through, as his work isn't gone unnoticed. Here's Danto Welsh driving forward. He's looking for some support, but he'll just keep the ball, will Danto Welsh, as he looks left. Here's Graham, a right-footed cross, a good cross as well, but it's just beyond everyone. It could have gone with doing a bit deeper. Everyone was kind of flooding the goal, weren't they, Harry? And Bridge was the last man on that back stick, and it was just past him, and he was out for a throw-in.
Graham's been such an important player for Gloucester so far, going forward and back, picking up some really great positions, very different position as well. He's been up, he's been back, he's been everywhere, to be honest, getting his feet on the ball. As long as he can keep his tackles legal, he's going to have a good performance.
He is indeed. Said before kick-off, he can play all along the back line, and we can see that, can't we, Harry? He's picking positions left back, in the middle, you know, going up to the left wing, exactly what you need from a modern-day defender. He is a perfect example of versatility, and it's, you know, one of the reasons why he's been picked for this England University squad.
100%, 2 man of the matches this year in the Bucks League as well. Getting the praise from his manager, Ivor Gunn.
He's away by Christie, but it's an easy defender for Pearson. As Bridge is battling with 2 defenders, he beats the first in Moresby. Here's Bridge, 1-on-1. Good feet from Bridge. Still got the ball, does Bridge. As the defenders come around him, is James, and he's been shoved in the back by Gardner. Brilliant from Callum Bridge. And it's picked up by James. Yeah, no complaints there. Gardner straight through the back to number 10. Into Oakley James. Hold up play personified by Callum Bridge.
Yeah, Charlie Gardner, definitely a free kick there. However, he sort of had to make the challenge. Possibly lining up for a shot, Oakley James was. Callum Bridge did so well. You thought he'd lost the ball, but God did he have control. 2 defenders in his wake. Meant absolutely nothing to him. Held the ball up, bit of skill, laid it off, and actually earned his side the free kick as Oakley James steps over it.
It is a very dangerous position for Oakley James. This could well and truly find the back of the net and be the opening goal of the Varsity fixture. And I'm sure a lot of players on that field knows it, including Christie. It was a 4-man wall, 5-man disjointed wall in truth. This is Josh Hinds. But here's James. Strike, whipping around, but doesn't find the target. A long way off in truth.
High and wide, but he had to go for it. Why not? Another day that comes off and it's in the top corner and he's the hero.
He'd be disappointed with that. I think Oakley James set a high standard for himself. Had a good start though so far in this first half, in this opening 40 minutes. Picking some positions up, he'll hope to strike one better than that if he gets the chance again later on in this match. It's flicked on, here's Olakolo. Weaver's unaware of the ball's whereabouts. I think he just heard me there. He's giving me a wry smile, did Ben Weaver, as he picks the ball up on the edge of the box once more. Here's Graham. He's got good feet, doesn't he, Graham? You know, he moves like a midfielder, Harry, or a striker. He's working between the 2 centre halves, trying to build the ball up, as Danto Welsh looks at Pearson. Here's Pearson with his left-footed effort, and it's blocked well by Josh Hinds, and it'll be out for a Gloucestershire corner. But it all starts from Graham again, Harry, doesn't it? Picking space up between the centre halves and trying to play the ball forward into the midfield.
Graham picked a lovely pass in the end, but Shane Pearson made the space, got the ball, nice little turn, and drove through. But yeah, Graham with a great pass. We've mentioned his game so often. His name, sorry. And Blackman is going to whip it in now.
So dangerous from these corners is Blackman. As he looks deep for Graham, chests it down. There's a strike from Danto Welsh. Doesn't find anyone. Oh, there's a high boot there by Moresby, and Brown has gone down. And he'll see some attention, will he? The referee has blown his whistle, and I think he's given an offside. Or has he? I think the call his high foot actually, and he's given an indirect free kick. Another one for your bingo card, Harry. So Gloucester have an indirect free kick inside the area.
That's some decision, isn't it, from the referee, Mike Hythe there. Haven't seen one of these in a while, that's for sure, Jack. In the Premier League, Championship, EFL.
Down the Sunday League. But nonetheless, it'll be Blackman over the ball. And he'll just look for a flick on, really. Weaver and Brown are both down in the heart of defence. Too close for their heads to make any impact. It's flicked in by Blackman, but as far as the wall, as Smith's effort is also blocked. Here's Brown, who hoofs it forward and finds Graham. Graham out to Blackman, who gets into the box looking for Bridge, but it's away once more from Worcester. As they look to build with Taylor Bradley. He finds Olakolo, his brother, in support, but he trips. And pressure from Ben Brown, who ships it away to Pearson. Here's Smith. Driving forward. And it's a challenge, forced a challenge, but it's a good challenge in the end. And Worcester away. It's a skipper, Bradley. But his pass is out of the reach for Olakolo, and it's a throw in for Gloucester.
Worcester actually had a really great attacking opportunity there on the left with Olakolo. It was a 2-on-2. Ben Brown stood his ground, did really well, and Olakolo lost his footing on the left-hand side. But it's definitely a promising counter-attack.
Was indeed. Just approaching 45 minutes. No fourth official with a board of how many minutes will be added on. So we'll have to take a punt of that, Harry. But the referee looks to his whistle. I can't imagine many stoppages. The stoppage time, rather, as Graham picks the ball up. It's Weaver. Brown. And there is the half-time whistle. Teams locked together as they were to start. No goals to tell you about. No major chances either. There's one from Oakley James from a free kick. Jax Hunt couldn't get his shot away. And Worcester haven't really targeted Morrison in the Gloucester goal. Gloucester with the lion's share of possession. Club captain Max and Lleiris Williams will be happy with that first 45, a controlled 45, but no goals to show for it. It's Gloucester 0, Worcester 0.
It's actually reminiscent of last year, Jack, with Gloucester being on top in the first half. Had, what, 70% of possession maybe throughout that first half? But Worcester actually did look dangerous on the counter-attack as well. So it's going to be a really interesting second half to come. 0-0, no goals, but a really interesting tie for all of you watching live on YouTube.
And we've got striker Callum Bridge, who has come over for a pitch-out interview. That will be in due course. He had a good first half, hasn't he, Harry? Bridge held the ball up really well. Looking to get a few shots away and to support in Hunt as well.
Definitely has had a decent first half, yes, Jack. His hold-up play has been really, really exciting. Putting his teammates in great positions. Unfortunately, hasn't found the breakthrough quite yet. But if there's a man who knows how to score them in a varsity fixture, it's Callum Bridge, the second-year student. Scored a couple last year in the tie. And had a great game.
He'll be looking to get into his team, so hopefully this doesn't take too long. And we shall go across to Callum Bridge very shortly.
Cheers, guys. Yeah, I'm now joined by Callum Bridge, pitch side, half time, 0-0 between Worcester and Gloucester. Cal, can I just get your reflections on the first half?
Yeah, I think it's a good half. We can see their game plan. They're obviously sitting in and trying to hit us on the break, so we just need to be careful of that. Had a few chances, but I'm definitely confident going into the second half.
Yeah, like you said, Gloucester have had all of the ball. You know, they've had a couple of chances in the box, you know, couple of maybe decisions that have gone the wrong way on your side, especially the foul where you were booked for a dive. What's your view on that?
The ref's seen what he's seen and he's given it. We've had plenty of chances to go in front, so as long as we stay patient, we should hopefully get a breakthrough.
And obviously, going into this second half now, Weaver as captain, what do you think the message is going to be from him and the rest of the lads, especially the senior players, going into the second half?
Yeah, I just think more of the same. We've been dominant in that first half and we're unlucky not to go in 1-0 up. But the message will be stay patient and we will get a goal. We've kept them relatively quiet and, yeah, like I said, just believe in ourselves and I think we'll get a goal.
Unfortunately, last varsity, it wasn't quite the result we all wanted. But, this is your second varsity. What would it mean to you in the next hour's time if we are varsity champions?
Yeah, it means everything. Obviously, we've won the cup and the league this year, which is massive, but this is the big one. This is what we want to win. So we're going to try our hardest to win this second half now.
All the best, Cal, for second half. Cheers. Back to you guys.
Yes, thank you there. Good words from Bridge. Not much comment on the dive, although I think he won't have too much complaints about it. He's confident in his side as he runs down the tunnel to meet up with his fellow Gloucestershire teammates, who will be happy with that first half performance. No goals to show for it, which will be the only frustration, but still 45 minutes to make an impact on this fixture and the result. Worcestershire, as Bridge suggested, looking for that counter-attack. They have the players to do so. They are threatening, but they haven't threatened the goal of Morrison just yet. Would be lovely to have a penny of the thoughts of Wheeler in that dressing room during this half-time break. He's a composed man, is Weaver. I'm sure he'll be saying more of the same, please, to his teammates. For Taylor Bradley, his message, perhaps, to try and get on those bouncing balls James has been threatening, along with his midfield teammates of Pearson, Dante Welsh and the GOAT, Adam Smith.
Hope you're all enjoying live on YouTube. 150 of you in the live stream right now.
I can imagine 30 of them are in the gala, so it might be even more than that, Harry. So yeah, it's great to get your support for these two sides.
One comment I did see was give the number 6 the Ballon d'Or, Jack, which I believe is Henry Dante Welsh.
He has done well. He's picked up some good positions, hasn't he? Dante Welsh, like we said, that midfield is such a key part in modern day football and for Gloucestershire's style of play. Man, I want to mention again is Oakley James. He's picked up some really threatening positions from all areas, really, in and around the attacking third for Gloucestershire. So he'll be wanting to keep busy, keep warm, and either get on the score sheet or set one of his teammates up. Such a good player is Oakley James. As for Jax Hunt, he'll be wanting to get on the score sheet. He's been in prolific form, as we've mentioned, in that first half, but no goals and not a major chance for him. That one that trickled away into Christie's hands, the main one. We've just got another pitch side interview, and it will be with Worcester's replacement goalkeeper, Charlie Dew. He's the number 2 for Worcester, as we go to pitch side once more. So across we go to pitch side with a Worcester insight to the first half.
I'm now with Charlie Dew, goalkeeper of Worcester, on the bench this afternoon. Charlie, can I just get your reflections from the first half?
We've had a bit of a slow start. Gloucester have had some good chances but not been able to put them away. I think we've grown into the game a lot better. Refs made some questionable decisions, but I think second half we can come out and finish the chances that we have had.
Yeah, like you said, first half has been all Gloucester. What do you think the message is for Worcester in this second half to come out fighting?
Just need to make better decisions on the ball. We've had chances in possession but not making the right last pass, not right detail on it, but if we can fix that then I reckon we can grab a couple.
What do you think the message would be from your captain in the second half going out? Obviously you won last year, you won the year before, you yourself was there last year when you won. To win 3 in a row, as you like, what would it mean for you and the team to leave Kate Lane today with all 3?
Well, I think everyone knows what it means to the uni. Like, we know how big of an occasion it is, so I think it's just going to be staying calm but having the right desire, having the drive to go and get in the right positions and take chances.
Nice one. All the best for the second half. Cheers, mate. Thank you. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much. Second half is approaching as the Gloucestershire bench is out in front of us. Jimmy Fawkes, repping the Snood, sports journalism student, called in late as a replacement for the injured Patterson. He'll be gutted, I'm sure, but he will hope that Fawkes can do a job off the bench as Max and Lewis Williams returns to his station at the dugout. Just looking down onto his phone, I wonder if that phone is on the other end to a certain someone in Norway. A penny for his thoughts right now. I bet there's not an awful lot of relaxation going on there. Ivor, such a big part of this club. All the boys love him. Won Coach of the Year last year in the awards for the university as Gloucestershire make their way back onto the field in dribs and drabs, led by Weaver and Brown, who've controlled the first half from the heart of defence.
Going to be a great second half, Jack, that's for sure. The substitutes from Gloucester and Worcester will definitely be ready to come on and make an impact. The likes of Charlie Ames, the likes of Charlie Dew, who we just spoke to there, will be looking to make the difference as it's 0-0 here at Kate Lane.
Just in front of us, Dante Welsh, he's had a superb first half. All smiles from him. It's quite a confident Gloucester side in truth. They like to play with confidence, they've played with confidence all year. Smiles on faces and playing some really good football. So, one man I would like to see a little bit more of, with some clear-cut chances, would be Jax Hunt. Sporting the white and the skin. Wearing the 7 jersey. He'll be hoping to get a goal. Fun fact about Jax Hunt, Harry. In his university career, between all the sides, the UDA, the first team, second team, third team, 50 university goals. 50.
50?
50.
Wow.
That's what he told me. So, unless he's doubling them every time he scores. But that is a man that can score a goal.
That's a man who knows where the back of the net is. Hasn't found it yet, but 50 goals in his university career. Yep. He'll be hoping to find that, I'm sure. Just one from the Worcester side that I want to see get on the ball a bit more is the skipper, Oliver Taylor-Bradley. He was so good last year, so influential, but his side just haven't got on the ball. His dribbling, his passing at the top of his game. We'll see if he gets the ball at his feet a bit more so he can pick those passes to the likes of Dan Olakolo, Manny Olakolo through the middle. We're about to kick off here though with Jax Hunt at the ball.
So, as the second half is about to get underway, both keepers ready. Teams locked together like a pair of rams as James starts the second half as he ended the first on the ball, picking up some positions. Here's Blackman on this near side now. Brown finds his centre half partner Weaver. Weaver looks long, looking for Graham, who's picking up a left winger position again. He's everywhere, isn't he, Harry?
Graham, the furthest up the pitch there for Gloucester. Got a hell of an engine. Has the left back.
It's James Header finds Bridge. He's looking for Pearson, but instead he finds Hunt, who tackles his own teammate in truth, but his feet is good, but he's tackled well as Smith picks up the ball. Here's Blackman on his near side, looks for a cross, but is away by Hinds. Here's James, hands on the back there by James, but he plays off anyway. Here's Blackman looking for a cross, is whipped in, looking for the head of Oakley James, and that is the closest we've got to an opening goal, Harry.
What a ball that was from James Blackman. Seeing him get so many assists. The Gloucestershire set piece taker, it was straight onto the head of Oakley James, who sort of glanced the ball on, looking for the far post. I have to say, if it was on target, I don't think goalkeeper Toby Christie would have saved it. But unfortunately for Gloucestershire, it just goes wide left of the post, 0-0.
We've said time and time again, Harry, Oakley James jumps well above his stature at about 5 foot nothing, bless him. But he gets up well, and that header nearly finds the back stick as Worcester go on the attack with Gardner. Here's Gardner once more, good feet. He goes down from the challenge from Pearson, and is given by the referee. That is the biggest chance of the game so far, Harry, without a question of the doubt, isn't it, by James?
Well, James had that header there, definitely, as you say, the biggest chance of the game. He also had the free kick in the first half, which was in an awesome position. Couldn't have placed it better myself. Unfortunately for him, can't get his name on the score sheet.
Here's Taylor Bradley with a long-range strike. He's hit a few bodies, and Weaver's having to pick up the scraps and is away by Graham. Is long, and Hunt is on the... It's great work by Jax Hunt there, putting pressure under Toby Christie as Dante Welsh picks up the ball and finds Blackman on this near side.
Jax Hunt had Josh Hinds for pace there, that's for sure. The keeper Christie
found
did
his
well.
way through to Pearson. Pearson hits the byline. Can he find someone? Yes, he can. It's Oakley James, but he trips. It's Hunt. And it's blocked well by Mulcahy, and it's away. Gloucester really turning the screw now. Big chance again, 2 in the opening 3 minutes of this second half, as Taylor Bradley drives on for Worcestershire. Can he find a teammate? He can't, as Morrison collects well. I'll just lie in it for a second just to take the sting out of things. Or is he hurt? Now, a key note, Harry, is that Gloucestershire do not have a replacement goalkeeper on their bench.
Could be a real issue here for Gloucestershire. Callum Morrison, that man who got Player of the Month in March, actually back up on his feet now.
That's good to see.
Can continue the game. Just looking back for Gloucestershire's chance there. It's a great block, wasn't it, Jack, from Mulcahy? Body on the line sort of stuff. Has to say, if he wasn't there, I think that's 1-0 Gloss. Good defence from Worcester as they're holding out.
It's that man again, though. Oakley James in amongst it as well. It's the chance just before. Couldn't find his feet, could he? Tripped over his laces almost. And that's 3 chances for him. He'll hope to nestle one into the back of the net and hope those chances don't go haunting himself and his teammates as this game goes deeper and deeper. But Morrison's back on his feet. That's good to see. About a few hearts were in mouths from a Gloucester point of view, as their only goalkeeper in the squad was down. Here's Weaver, looks forward to Pearson, flicks it round the corner well for Welsh. Pearson once more. You look for Hunt, It's a great ball, and here's Jax Hunt. Jax Hunt flicks it in onto his left foot, finds Bridge, but is well defended once more. Just a swarm of Worcestershire shirts surrounding the Gloucester attackers, and they can't find the shot. Here's Olokolo, finds his brother as he drives down to it. Good strength by Olokolo. He looks to beat Morrison, but it's a good save from the Canadian keeper. And that probably is the best chance from a Worcester point of view, Harry. Both teams out of the blocks in the first 10 minutes of this second half.
The Olokolo brothers link it up nicely there down the left-hand side, trying to create a clear-cut chance. Couldn't quite do it. But just looking back at this chance back up here for Gloucester with Jax Hunt on the ball. He cut in on his left foot. Not sure how confident he is on his left, but could he have had a shot looking for the far post? I don't know. Instead, he chose to roll it across the 6-yard box, looking for his strike partner, Callum Bridge, who couldn't find the ball.
There's a short corner for Worcester as he's whipped into the back stick, looking to find Hinds, but the ball is out for a Gloucestershire goal kick. He said there, Harry, looking on his left foot. When asked which was his preferred foot, have a guess what he said.
Gonna guess his left.
He said both.
Both, okay.
The man doesn't mind. Talk about 5-star weak foot. He doesn't care which side he finds the ball on. He'll put it in the back of the net. 50 goals. Some start, isn't it, in his university career. But couldn't get a shot away. Wasn't a preferred angle for him on that occasion. Here's Brown.
Sam Austin's made a couple of great defensive plays so far this second half. He was back there to intercept the ball when Jax Hunt cut on in his left. He just made another interception in the midfield of the park there. A good second half start for the number 6 of Worcester, Sam Austin.
Yeah, it's been a good defensive effort. We've been talking a lot about the attacking prowess of Gloucestershire, but you can't fault the effort of the defenders in the navy blue. Just when you think Bridge or Hunt, Smith and co are in on goal, it's just a swarm of them. The back four standing tall. Not as tall as the Gloucestershire backline in stature, but they're making their presence felt nonetheless. Here's Smith looking to drive past. Here's Bridge, held up well, and he's found Smith once more. Here's Smith looking for a into the box, and it's Bridge who's there, but it's missed. And it's Graham! It's a good save down to the right of Christie, but still with Gloucestershire. And Pearson's cross was blocked by Malmesbury. It's a good save there by Toby Christie, probably the best save he's made so far today.
Mikel Graham, it was a great shot.
It's still with Gloucester, and Christie can collect. The Welshman can breathe a sigh of relief.
Great shot with power to the right of Christie. Christie dealt with it well, as he's dealt with everything so far. Got his hands to the ball, nice save. Out to the right. And Worcester live to fight another day.
Here's James, looks forward for Pearson. He's picking more of a 10 roll up now, as he looks for Hunt but can't find him as Hinds collects well. Here's Gardner, looking on the far right on touchline to Laidley and finds him. Here's Laidley, gets the ball into the box, but it's all the way through into the welcoming hands of Morrison. He gets it up to Pearson. Pearson looks forward to Hunt once more. Here's Hunt, great control on his chest to take it to the far touchline on the left. He's looking for support and finds it in the form of Pearson once more. He's getting busy this second half. Hunt. Here's down to Welsh. Driving forward, down to Welsh. Looking for some support, but he'll head to the byline instead. Look for a ball into the box, and it should be a Gloucestershire player on there, you would think, but instead is easily away. But it's Bridge on the turn. Great little rollover, right-footed effort. And it's dragged wide, but that's good play again by Callum Bridge. He's so good in those positions, Harry, isn't he? When he's under pressure, little roll over the ball with his right foot, but can't get the effort on target.
The skill from Callum Bridge there was absolutely fantastic. It was on his right, rolled it to his left, back to his right, and had a go, looking for the far post. Probably be disappointed with himself not to get it on target, but the skill from him to create the chance from himself was unbelievable there. Well played, Callum Bridge. Just needs to find that finishing touch and that would have been a great goal.
And you've got to mention his strike partner as well, Jax Hunt. He is running for days. He just keeps running. He'll find that space, and the Gloucester players will look to play him in as Worcester are on the attack on this far side, but his run out the play, and Graham will take the throw in on the left-hand touchline. So 55 minutes gone, still 0-0. Looking for that opening goal. The longer it goes on, the more the nerves start to pick up, I suppose. For those watching on, the players, however, look cool, calm and collected as Blackman is under pressure but is away by Brown, who looks for Smith, who chases down, but Mulcahy can just head it back to his keeper Christie. Under pressure a bit there though was Blackman by Olakolo. Do have to be careful, Gloucestershire. They don't want to overplay in the back. They have got some good players back there, but so do Worcester in the attacking sense, as Ben Weaver has kicked that out of the ground. I think that's landed back into Plock Court, Harry. A bit of no-nonsense defending from the skipper.
Love to see it, Jack. Love to see it.
You can still hear that wind swirling about. Gloucester were against it in that first half, as you could see from some of the balls played in the first half. Hopefully it doesn't pick up too much for either side, as Graham battles with Olakolo well. Needs to be careful here on the edge of the penalty area, and he's done well, and has won his side the goal kick. Credits to Graham once more there, Harry.
Little stat for you, Jack. Gloucester have actually scored in every game they've played this season. Only lost one all season, but they did get a goal in that one. They'll be hoping that this one isn't the one that lets them down, as it is still 0-0 here.
So Hinds has collected the ball well, cutting up the pass for Adam Smith. Yeah, just the one draw for Gloucester this year as well, so they know what it's like to be ahead or in front. They don't like to settle for a draw. This one could, of course, go all the way. Haven't had a penalty shootout in their cup run. Worcestershire have. They lost to Solent 4-2 in their cup run. So not an awful lot of penalty experience from either side this year. It is down to Welsh. On to Graham. Welsh once more, as he'll drive forward and finds James. James with his head up, but his pass is wayward, and Olakolo could be through here as he's attacking on to Weaver. Can he find his brother? He can't. That's a big opportunity there. It is 2-on-4, but the two Olakolos can do a lot better than that normally, Harry.
Well, I think Dan Olakolo should have just kept driving with the ball. Manny was making the run on the left and drawing in the defender Ben Brown, but I wouldn't have minded seeing Dan Olakolo just keep the ball there, keep dribbling, and maybe have a shot on goal, pushing the defence back.
Yeah, just lacking a bit of that kind of relentlessness almost. You know, drive at Weaver, you know, give him something to think about. But a man who knows how to drive at defenders is Oakley James here, as he looks to stand up Moresby, but Moresby's done well. But it is a foul nonetheless, and a foul it is really from Moresby, as James looks to stretch out his calf. He's back to his feet, but Oakley James driving at defenders, especially on those flanks, Harry, causing all sorts of problems.
Brown and Weaver will be licking their lips at this. James Blackman hopefully can get the delivery right and find the sort of 6'6" stature of Ben Brown into the box. It's a really, really dangerous position. We'll see what they can do.
It is indeed. This is just the positions that they find themselves in throughout the season, Gloucestershire. Graham, Weaver, Bridge good in the air also, along with Brown. All players who can get on the end of it. Hunt is in there too. Here's Blackman. His ball's good. He's whipping all the way in, and it nearly beats everyone, including keeper Toby Christie, who has to tip it over his bar. It's rather amusing to see, Harry, actually. The height difference between the centre-halves of Gloucestershire and the Worcestershire goalkeeper. He's almost drowned out, isn't he? Despite wearing that bright yellow strip.
He certainly is. did well there in the end, didn't come out to get the ball, trusted himself, tipped it over the bar. Could Gloucester have maybe gotten someone running onto that? I don't know, but James Blackman's going to deliver this one once again from a corner.
Blackman in, outswing corner, and Weaver's there. It misses him, and Hinds is there to knee it over his own crossbar unconvincingly, I must say. That could have gone anywhere, but it's a second Gloucester corner and a third attacking chance in quick succession.
Weaver really came onto that ball there. Got some power onto the ball. Took a deflection though, and Gloucester have another corner. And that man Blackman will deliver again. His deliveries have been excellent the last few minutes.
In swinging one this time. You can see from the corner flag just how much his wind has been affected by the ball. It's a lovely in swinging corner. It's flicked on by Gardner, so it would be another Gloucestershire corner, the third in quick succession. I think this is just where Gloucestershire want to be, Harry. You know, building that pressure. Weaver, Hunt grappling with Mulcahy there. As the assistant referee is bringing to the attention of the referee. Graham's in the middle of it. He needs to be careful with his head, by the way. You need to be very careful on the yellow card, does Graham. You've got to be very careful with your head, haven't you, Harry? It was a bit of a bizarre tactic.
It was, that's for sure.
To weave the defenders away. You wouldn't want to be doing that again, otherwise he might find himself in the book once more. But here's Blackman with a corner. It's deep this time, really deep. And it's floated over the heads of everyone and straight out for a goal kick.
Probably the wind playing a factor there, to be honest. As you said, the
Absolutely.
Flag sticks. Wind going from left to right as you see it on the screen. It's an in-swinger. The wind helped it along over the bar, and Worcester survived 3 corners in quick succession. Gloucester will be annoyed that they haven't found the breakthrough.
Indeed, still 0-0 here as we've just passed the hour mark. As a foul throw is given. It's the second one of the game, one for each side. Keep your feet on the ground, lads. I think we're looking to the bench for the first time this fixture, and it is a Worcester change. Jamal Laidley, relatively quiet game for him, probably the quietest of the 3 attackers. He's only been able to last an hour in this Varsity fixture. Good battle in there by James, who wins the ball and wins a free kick. So yeah, that one change. Luke Roberts into the phase of play for Jamal Laidley. Gloucester, however, I don't think they'll be wanting to look to the bench so far, Harry. The 11 they've got on the field have been sharp. No areas of too much weakness so far, as Hunt and Blackman are on the hunt. Mind the pun once more.
Roberts has taken up a bit of a different position to the one that Laidley was playing. Laidley was sort of operating on the right, but Roberts looks like he's in the centre of the park at the moment. We'll see how that one unfolds.
Here's Bridge looking to hold it up with his chest as he's looking to beat the defender, but he's run out of room. It's a tough challenge by Holocaust after the whistle goes, but find his way. I want to mention something about Luke Roberts, Harry. What a Barnet.
Best Barnet of the day, that's for sure. Luke Roberts.
It's almost emulating the trees in the wind in the background if you just look beyond him. You know, that afro is...
Fellaini is the name that comes to mind.
Yeah, Marwan Fellaini. Some player he was. And the David Moyes at Everton. Not so much in his Man United tenure. As Graham picks the ball up on the left-hand side and looks to whip it in with his left. But his cross is blocked, and it once again will be a Gloucestershire corner kick, which Blackman trods over from his station at right back to take on the left-hand side. I just got to say again, we keep mentioning this wind. Look at that left-hand corner flag. It is blowing away almost. James Blackman, plenty of assists this year, but he's also scored 2 braces. He can get on the score sheet as well, but this one, he'll be hoping to set up one of his teammates as the wind blows and the ball's set to go in from this in-swinging corner. Blackman is looping again really deep, and that wind is really taking it. So that's the second one, isn't it, Harry, where James Blackman is really whipped around. He's almost aiming towards the penalty spot, but the wind has taken it so far in and he's gone up for a goal kick.
Jack Blackman will be really disappointed with himself. Great corner taker. In swinging corners. That's 2 in a row now that have gone over the bar.
Yeah, he's losing that battle with the elements so far, as Hunt is on the attack once more. And here's Dante Welsh picking it up in midfield. He's done really well so far. And Blackman, Hunt once more, Pearson, back to Weaver. Yeah, big mention to Dante Welsh. He's been everywhere, hasn't he? Picking the ball up. The second balls, he's been excellent. At the heart of everything good of Gloucester. As Hunt gets the ball into the box now. Here's Jack's Hunt onto his left foot, and it's deflected and is behind for a Gloucester corner, but that deflection could have gone anywhere from Josh Hinds.
Hinds, body on the line sort of stuff. Great deflection. It was great build-up play again. Oakley James finding the man, Jack's Hunt, that 50-goal man. Hunt cuts in on the left, has a go, but Josh Hinds is there to save the day for Worcester. Hinds has been very solid at the back so far, that's for sure.
He has indeed. Here's Blackman with the outswinging corner. Is across the face of goal, but no Gloucester attackers really getting on the end of it, Harry. He was under the noses of everyone, really, but no one looking to attack it deep inside the Worcester box.
Well, those tall Gloucester defenders have really got to get on the ball. They've got to go for it. Get their head on the ball and see what happens. That's a good delivery from Blackman.
Here's Graham. Is Pearson looking to turn, looking for Weaver, who flicks it in. The ball bouncing around, and Weaver will find it on the edge of the box with Olokolo once more. Here's Weaver looking for the byline. He does get a cross in, but it's tame and it's away. And Worcester will look to counter-attack with Olokolo. Here's Hinds. Bridges behind him. A bit of pantomime stuff there. He's behind you. But there's a foul in the middle of the park. He can't be careful there, didn't he, Josh Hinds? He nearly got caught by Bridge, who just snuck up behind him ever so sneakily.
100% Jack Bridge wanted that ball. He was hungry for it. It's the sort of stuff that having a bigger crowd here, Hinds would have benefited from, because the crowd would have been sort of going, whoa, and Hinds would have probably got the ball away a bit quicker. Bridge was onto him.
What would they be in like?
You know what they were being like, Jack.
Bit of crowd noise from the commentary box. Love it. So, 67 minutes on the clock. Still 0-0. Don't make the joke. Here's Dante Welsh looking for Hunt. Hunt flicks it back on the corner, but this pass is tame and is met by frustration by Welsh, who's looking to recover the ball, but has been hit by the referee instead, so his whistle blows. And instead, Sam Austin will have a drop ball situation, and he'll play it out to Moresby. Moresby looking for a long diag across, and Ben Brown's got to get his head on it and does well. James looking to recollect but can't, so it's back with Moresby. Here's Roberts. He's met with a good tackle by Pearson, and Pearson will look to go forward. Here's Smith. There's plenty of space here for Gloucester if they can get an attack together very quickly. Here's Blackman, and he looked for a shot. Audacious effort there by Blackman, but you can see why he went for the effort there. He's a good strike, but in truth miles over the bar in the end.
Well, why not? James Blackman got a great right foot. Why not go for goal? Something a bit different, change it up, test the keeper. Unfortunately couldn't test the keeper that time as it went whistling over the bar, but Don't mind that from Blackman. Have a go.
Yeah, like we said, 4 goals this season in the form of braces each time. He's a guy who knows how to get on the score sheet, and he's proven it there. It's just a bit of a warning for Worcester. Yes, we've got our strikers, but goals can come from anywhere in the park.
Interesting to see that Rhys Williams, today's head coach, hasn't opted for any substitutions yet. 20 minutes left in the regular 90.
I don't think he's needed to though, Harry, is he, in truth?
Happy with the starting 11 so far. He'll want that goal though. Will he want fresh legs in a couple of minutes? Maybe. We'll have to wait and see.
They're working well though, aren't they? Gloucester. Like we said, Hunt, James, Pearson, down to Welsh, just a few of the names who are running themselves into the ground for this fixture. As Dante Welsh is back on the ball again. He'll find Graham, another man who's been so important so far. Gloucester, the more this time ticks away, the more they'll get nervous about that opening goal, won't they, Harry? They have been the team on top, but no goal to show for it, and they could all change in a moment as Graham looks deep and the wind gets a hold of it, but Weaver's there, but it was in an offside position, so it would be a free kick which Toby Christie will take from inside his penalty area.
Gloucester have still got to keep switched on at the back, that's for sure. We've seen it. They can be susceptible to counter-attacks. Olakolo on the left, his brother through the middle. They are good on the counter. Haven't seen too much of it, but Gloucestershire, the defenders, Brown, Weaver, Blackman and Graham need to keep aware of that threat. Touch ref.
I think it is going to be another change for Worcester. It's the left back, Brodie Oliborn, has come off. He's been worked hard this fixture, the likes of James Blackman patrolling the flank well, and then Jax Hunt, who is always running in behind. So JJ Williams, number 15. There's a couple of changes for Gloucestershire as well. It's Jax Hunt has been taken off, as well as James Blackman. 2 influential players for Gloucester have been taken off, and it is Elijah MacDonald and Riley Stokes who come on. Thoughts on them changes, Harry?
Well, it's quite interesting, isn't it? Blackman from this right hand side, his deliveries have been good. Maybe not so much from the left, gone over the bar, but a different threat with Riley Stokes at
Here's
right
MacDonald.
back.
He's looking to be sharp from the off. Sorry to cut you off there, Harry, but a chance there for MacDonald. He's a tall lad as well, isn't he? So he'll look to get his head on the ball, make his presence felt with his strength. As James has got it once more. He's in behind Adam Smith. He's fortunately fouled there because Worcester could have been away and in on goal. A bit of breakdown in communication. We don't see that very often with this Gloucestershire midfield. They've worked together for quite a while now. You know, their first varsity for Welsh, Smith and James. They know each other so well. Here's MacDonald. The pass can't reach Pearson, but James will have another go as he finds Bridge. Bridge will hold it up, and he's done so well. And he's found Charlie Ames, who gets into the box. There's a way for a corner. So, with James Blackman off, it is up to Oakley James to take the corner kick. As if he hasn't done enough so far this afternoon, he's been everywhere. Into the box it goes. It's bounced down and there's Pearson there. It's down to Welsh. Oh, and his effort looping over the bar. That is a close one. Down to Welsh, gets the strike away first. Blocked, and he's first to react once more, but his effort is high.
Dana Welsh had a couple of goes at it there. Couldn't quite get it over the ball, and eventually it goes sailing over the bar, unfortunately for Gloucester. But again, Worcester's defence is holding out. Josh Hinds, Brodie Orleybone back there. Both of them doing really well.
Is Bridge. Oh, gorgeous turn from Bridge. And he finds Pearson. Pearson looks to shoot and is down to the right of Toby Christie, but not the most difficult save he'll ever have to make. Good chance there again from Gloucester. They're getting some shots away. Trying to test Welshman Christie in between the sticks. Here's Oakley James looking for Bridge once more. He's held it up so well
Well played.
all game as he's found Smith. Here's Smith. His pass / shot is blocked. And it's that man again, isn't it, in the middle of midfield. Sam Austin, he's been excellent for Worcester, hasn't he, Harry?
Yeah, he's worked tirelessly throughout today. It's another corner for Gloucester. Oakley James, the new set piece taker from James Blackman. And we'll see what they can do with this one. Ben Brown will be looking to get his head on it. Weaver's in there. Graham's in there. The substitute McDonald's in there, who's a bit taller.
Here's James with the corner, looking deep. And again, just playing on their mind, isn't it? I think the wind for Gloucestershire. That ball finding his way out of bounds before it can reach anyone of importance from a Gloucestershire point of view. So a little bit of information about the substitutes. Riley Stokes sporting 12 on the right back, widely regarded as the team joker, Harry. But he'll hope to make a serious impact on this game. A bit of information: if this game stays 0-0 as we approach its conclusion, it will go straight to penalties. As we said, Worcester, the only side to face a penalty shootout in this campaign, losing 4-2. Gloucestershire, unfamiliar with that kind of territory, as Mulcahy looks for Hinds, but McDonald's on the chase, and chase as well as Hinds goes forward. Graham heads it forward onto Bridge, held up again so well, just able to build that attack. He calls the ball for Smith, and Smith is looking for him, but it's over everyone. That wind again playing his part, and Toby Christie will go collect. I think Bridge may have strayed a little bit offside anyway, but it's a goal kick nonetheless. So yeah, a bit more information about those substitutes. Elijah McDonald, another American, his first varsity, his debut in the varsity event. Big lad, isn't he? Broad shoulders, looking to get in amongst the defence and hopefully put Gloucestershire ahead. Here's James. It's controlled well by Smith, who looks to release McDonald, and McDonald's through here. McDonald, and it's in! Elijah McDonald, the substitute for Gloucestershire, with his first chance, gets the goal for Gloucester on his right foot and taps it to the left hand side of the Toby Christie, who was defenceless in truth. A great bit of assist play from Adam Smith, the GOAT they call him, and it was a great pass in from the number 10, fed him into the channel, and McDonald gets the opening goal.
Well, Adam Smith plays a great through ball into McDonald, and McDonald does it all from there. What a finish from the substitute striker. Goes through on goal to the left of the keeper. Keeper couldn't get down, and it's a great composed finish from the substitute. 1-0 Gloucester.
And there's nothing more than they deserve. They have been on top, and McDonald is chasing the ball once more. He's hungry for another. And this game, if it wasn't already, is very much on. But Worcester looking to attack once more, but it's away from Stokes. Here's McDonald once more. Back to Riley Stokes. is Pearson, Stokes, but the ball trickles away out of play. So 1-0 Gloucester as Worcester are on the attack once more. Graham and Ben is out to get after the captain, Taylor Bradley, who finds Moresby, who whip it into the box. You find Olakolo, but his Gloucester shirt surrounding him, and Dante Welsh will give it an old whack. And finds his way all the way to Toby Christie, who lays the ball back on the surface. His kick finds Moresby on the right wing. Is into his skipper. He's brought down by Oakley James, and now will be a foul and a free kick for Worcester.
It's going to be interesting to see what energy Worcester bring in this last 10 minutes of normal time. They haven't threatened at all so far, really, this whole game. Had a couple of half chances. Haven't threatened the Gloucester backline. We'll see what they can do. They need to bring some energy, need to bring a bit of skill, need to get the ball under their feet and see what they can do to try and bring this Varsity back level.
And you got to mention is that substitute, Elijah McDonald with a goal. Ivor, you might want to stay in Norway. I think Maxon's coming after your job. It's a great choice to bring the big man on up front. It's the most clear-cut chance really all day. He had the goal gaping in front of him, Toby Christie. Couldn't do much about it, but still needed a finish, didn't it? So he was there to provide it for Gloucester. As Worcester get the ball in, it's a poor ball, in truth. And it'll be away, and Bridge is looking to capitalise on the bouncing ball. And McDonald's through again on the bouncing ball. Here's McDonald looking to get the beating of the defenders. He tries to find Bridge, but the three Worcester defenders stand tall in its path, and it's cleared away. It's just the 9 minutes remaining here at Kate Lane. It's been some fixture. Plenty of goals in it last year, Harry, like you said, 4-3, but just the one today. A game that you can almost refer to as a proper cup final. Very tight chess match. But both teams still well and truly in it, with just the one goal separating them. All can change as we look to the benches, I think, once more. And it's Charlie Ames who will come on. And it's Oakley James. I think if there were fans in here today, Harry, a lot of them would be on their feet at the moment. Oakley James, a brilliant showing from the midfielder.
Without a doubt.
And Riley Stokes will then move into the midfield, and Ames will move onto the right-hand side of that defence as he's just conversing with Ben Brown. He's been absolutely excellent, Oakley James. Hasn't come up for all game. Run himself into the ground and deserves that extra 7 minutes of rest. It's just still 1-0 Gloucestershire as we approach the game's conclusion. Elijah McDonald with the goal, the substitute, beating Toby Christie at his near post as Weaver hoofs it forward. God, the wind's under that again once more, but Bridge is as well, and he'll flick it on, and he's there again with a left-footed effort, but it's miles away, in truth. Probably in a different postcode.
Worcester are still yet to threaten. Gloucester actually look the more likely of the two sides to score next. Just haven't got going, to be honest, today, Worcester. Completely different from the second half of last year, where they played really well, scored 4 goals, but really haven't gotten going today. And it's Gloucester 1-0 up through that McDonald goal. Lovely finish to the left of the goalkeeper.
Indeed. Fans not being here, maybe something to play with it. Remember, last year there was a lot of fans there on the Worcester point of view. A couple of Where's Wally's, Harry, if you remember. But they'll be watching from home, hoping their team can turn it around. But here's Bridge as he looks up. He'll look to find Smith. Here's Smith with the header. Looks for a flick on, but didn't really know where the goals were. And his frustration is taken out on that left post. Potentially not the correct use of his head there, Harry. Needed a header across goal rather than the flick on.
Well, he sort of tried to glance it near post, Jack. I think it needed more of a thump across goal rather than what he tried to do, just guide it to the near post. It's actually a good chance, well made by Callum Bridge. And Gloucester could have been 2 up there.
Indeed. He's been so vital, isn't he, Callum Bridge? You know, he's a striker, but he drops in, he can play in the number 10 as well. You can see he's almost that kind of 9.5, isn't he, really, of being able to score goals but also create chances for others around him. He's really made others around him excel in his fixture. Picking positions up, that bouncing ball, he's been an absolute nuisance, and there's no wonder why he's stayed on the field. He's battling once more. So is Pearson. Good battling. Still there. And Bridge gets involved once more. Here's McDonald. Here's Pearson. As he reaches the byline, it's Pearson! Oh! And it just is off target. There's another chance for Gloucester. Like you said, Harry, Gloucester look like getting a second before Worcester can get themselves on the score sheet.
Well, that's actually a really good chance, that one. It's that substitute man again, Elijah McDonald, in the thick of it. Puts his man, Shane Pearson, through. And Pearson, unfortunately, can't get it on target. A really good chance, though, for Gloucester again.
And they'll go again. Gloucester aren't looking to sit on this lead, are they? As Worcester are forced deep in their half once more. Here's Graham on the prowl once more. Smith goes down, but the ball was won, so the referee will play on as it looks down the line for Olakolo. Haven't said those names an awful lot in this second half, Harry. Manny or Dan, Olakolo, they've been quiet. Although so lethal on the counter-attack, 4 minutes left. All they need is one chance to really threaten. But it will be, like you said, probably one of their first chances. They haven't really looked to cause much trouble for Callum Morrison in that goal. And it's great feet by Bridge once more. Here's Bridge driving on, finds Pearson once more. He reaches the byline, looking over the top, and McDonald can't get there. And the ball trickles out and away. As Worcester want to inject some pace into this game, but they just can't get a foothold in it, Harry.
Great free from Bridge.
There's
again.
a mistake there by the keeper. They find Smith. Here's Pearson. Smith once more. He'll look to shoot with his right foot, but it's blocked well. A big error there by Toby Christie, a man of his experience. The Welshman, heart in his mouth there. And it's really good by the substitute there, Riley Stokes. And he'll win himself and his team a corner. Chance there, Harry, for Smith after the mistake of the keeper Christie.
Well, Gloucester aren't sitting back, that's for sure. They're not happy with 1-0, they want 2, they want 3. It's great to see. Still trying to score goals. I was just going to say before there, Callum Bridge, his feet have been exceptional today. Absolutely exceptional.
So the corner is played in. Whipping in, McDonald's under it again. And the punch from Christie, not convincing, but finds his way out of bounds and in behind for a Gloucestershire corner kick. It's the third corner taker to battle with those elements. Mother Nature winning in the corner so far. Stokes will get it in. It's a lovely whipping ball. It's under the nose of Christie once more, and his punch is over his own bar again, and he'll have to settle for yet another Gloucestershire corner. Pressure mounting once more. Gloucester will hope for a second goal to put this game to bed, Harry. 2 minutes remaining. A goal here would all but seal a vital victory in Varsity. So Stokes, an outswinger this time. A couple less bodies in the box. And across, and there's a substitute, Ames. He nearly got his head onto it. I think overpopulation may be the issue in the previous corners. A couple of the boys dropped in there from Gloucester, and it opened up a bit of space for Charlie Ames.
We talked about the deliveries of James Blackman, but what about the deliveries of Riley Stokes as well? When he's come on, his corner deliveries have been sensational, to be honest. Really created some great chances for the heads of Gloucester, but haven't been able to convert for their second as they come again.
Here's Graham, and he's been clattered there. But the ball finds his way into Chrissy, and the ref has played on. He played the advantage, so no foul. It was Luke Roberts with the challenge. A tough one at that. But it's play on as the ball's lofted into the box, but Callum Morrison will sit on that all day like a chicken and his eggs as he gets it away. Looking for Bridge. On Bridge, Callum Morrison's gone down off the ball there, and Weaver and Brown are really unhappy there. It seems as though Olakolo's come in from the signals of Ben Weaver with his elbow off the ball to Morrison. No sight on it as the ball was lifted across and play was followed, but Callum Morrison looks far from okay here, Harry.
It doesn't look great for the keeper of Gloucester, Jack Morrison. He's moving around now, which is good to see. Didn't actually see the challenge, unfortunately, but Olakolo must have gone in late. The Gloucester defenders weren't happy about it, that's for sure. Really disappointing to see, actually. It's been a really fair game, good sportsmanship, but not good to see that at the end, in the 90th minute now.
So he's half up, is Morrison, sat up. Seems okay. But yeah, like you said, Harry, from the complaints of the Gloucestershire side, not a nice challenge. But we're in past the 90 minutes now. Gloucester, not an awful lot of time left to hold out as the referee goes across to his assistant. Just potentially talking about this challenge from Olakolo. Like I said, not many eyes on it as the ball was followed after his kick. And by the signal of the referee, it is going to be waved away without any punishment.
Good to see Morrison back on his feet.
I think it will be a free kick for Gloucester, but nothing else. And it'll be a couple of subs for Gloucestershire. They're looking to make the change. It's Callum Bridge. He's making his way over the touchline. And similarly to Oakley James, there'll be a lot of happy Gloucester fans in here if they were in here. He's been exceptional, Callum Bridge. And too has Adam Smith, who makes his way over to the dugout. Two very influential players. Smith with the assist for McDonald's goal. Bridge, an all-round menace on the bouncing ball. Just waiting to confirm who's coming on. It's in the form of Alexis Marquez and Jimmy Fawkes. That's good to see. Jimmy Fawkes, been in the threes all year. Sports journalism student, first year. Lovely bit of experience for him. Marquez, actually a Barcelona residential academy player in his time in the US. So a couple of good moments for him in his footballing career before coming across to Gloucestershire. Also his first varsity as well. So just getting that experience in for players, such a good thing to be part of in your university career. As we head to the end of this one now. That is handball by Pearson. That's a bit nasty there, in truth. Unneeded. And Pearson just claps it off. It's the substitute, who looks like he's going to get into the book. First yellow card for Worcester. Bit unneeded there. The whistle gone. And it's Finn Holiday there, who's in the book.
Unnecessary challenge, that one.
Bit of frustration, as you can imagine, as this game reaches its conclusion. Probably the last chance Worcester will get now, as Weaver flicks it away. It's high in the air by Taylor Bradley. It doesn't go very far as Olakolo, and here's MacDonald, and he loses fresh legs. MacDonald drives away. MacDonald's through with the keeper. Toby Christie has to come out. He keeps coming. Here's Fawkes, and Olakolo comes across and defends well. Here we are, Worcester. Throw in, very nearly 2 there. If MacDonald could get on the end of it, he had support with him, but Worcester will go ahead instead, as Brown's kept busy in this close touch line. He's battling well, but it's a throw in for Worcester.
The raw pace of MacDonald there was great to see. The keeper did well in the end, Worcester keeper. However, MacDonald's pace is blistering.
Just that injection they needed in the off the bench. Got the goal. Fresh legs is all it takes sometimes in a fixture like this, as Worcester look into the box. It's flicked on. But Graham, again, he looked to cover. He's covered some grass today, up and down that left flank. Here's Taylor Bradley. He's cut out well. And it's Stokes. He looked for MacDonald ahead of him. He's in an offside position, so he'll have to go alone. Here's MacDonald now. And the flag does go up, but Christie will play on anyway. Here's Holiday. He's looking up, a lifted ball across. Cut out by Graham. Said that a few times today. It's a big challenge in midfield by Joe Roberts. On Dante Welsh, and Dante Welsh wins the free kick, and surely that should be nearing the full-time whistle. It's a few nervous faces from the Gloucester faithful. But that injury to the Gloucestershire goalkeeper, Morrison, have added a few minutes on. Heading into the 6th minute of added time here, as Weaver hoofs it forward. And bouncing ball around, MacDonald look to get under it. He does. He's battling once more as the ball. And there it is! The final whistle! Gloucester have done it! 2 years of herd ended. Weaver down on his knees. The skipper, his 3rd try at Varsity is a successful one. It was the substitute MacDonald. His goal, the only thing separating the two sides. Worcester didn't get out of the blocks in truth. And Gloucester controlled all the way through. Got that goal that they vitally needed to take them to victory. It's University of Gloucestershire 1, University of Worcestershire 0. A win for the boys in light blue.
Well, congratulations Gloucestershire. MacDonald it was off the bench to win it 1-0. Absolute scenes. All the bench boys coming on. Bridge, James, who really played their part there. Commiserations to Worcester, who put up a decent effort. They unfortunately weren't threatening enough, and the Gloucestershire defence dealt with them well. It was all Gloucester, to be honest, Jack. The possession and the scoreline in the end. 1-0 Gloucester, it finishes. What a good game.
Max Williams there, the club captain, as thrilled as those playing as he gathers round the huddle. His first stint as a head coach isn't a bad one, Harry. Ivor, if you're watching, you might want to get an assistant manager role next year open for him. Gloucester deserved winners. Just going to ask you about man of the match, Harry. I've got one in mind, but if you wouldn't mind giving us your thoughts.
Oh wow, man of the match. Well, I wasn't thinking about this too much. There's a couple of Gloucester performers I thought played very well today. I thought Blackman had some good deliveries, played well on the right. Mikel Graham was everywhere today, but I'm actually going to give it to the striker Callum Bridge. I thought his hold-up play was brilliant today. His feet was brilliant. He was running everywhere, and I thought he played very well. Didn't get on the score sheet, however, played very well. Well done, Mr. Bridge.
I'd have to agree with you there. In truth, every player who came on for Gloucestershire made a difference. Henry Dante Welsh, I want to mention, absolutely superb in the heart of midfield. A lot of players there who made their mark known. Really good performances and just outshone their opposite number, which in truth led them to victory. And they will be thrilled with that. A lot of very good players in there, a lot of very good people as well, who deserve nothing more than a win for their university. And I guess Gloucester back in the running for Varsity, still behind, of course.
8-4, does that make it, Jack?
It does indeed. But yeah, you've got to mention the likes of Graham, down to Welsh. Pearson picking up good spots. The substitute, MacDonald, who got the goal off the back of an Adam Smith through ball. Feed the goat, they say. And the Gala, I bet, is bouncing at the moment. Harry, boys, if you can hear us. They've deserved that victory today. And look what it means to them. Brilliant. I think they're on the FaceTime there, aren't they? On the phone. Rhys Williams has got the boys up. We're ready to go to pitch side. We have our reporter Dan Page, and he's got the all-important goal scorer Elijah MacDonald at pitch side. Over to you, Dan. Just going across to Elijah MacDonald, who's with Dan Page at pitch side.
Yes, thank you, Jack. I'm joined with Elijah, the all-important goal scorer. How does it feel to get the goal to take your team over the line?
Man, it feels great. I'm glad that we won this. You know, it's my first year playing for them, and I'm glad that we had such a successful season and to get the treble.
You talk about your season. It's not just this moment for the win of the game. You've also done the double on the league. How does it feel to have all of that and it finish with this moment?
It feels great. You know, it feels like, you know, a big accomplishment for all of us. You know, glad to get this for the third years and stuff like that, and to just recuperate for next season what we have.
Yeah, and you know, you're from UDA, which has been recently brought into the new football program.
Yes.
How have the boys sort of welcomed you and made you feel a part of the team?
Man, the boys have been great. They've been welcoming me, my American music, stuff like that. And I just love the boys so much. They're such good people to hang around, and I'm glad I'm a part of this team.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Best of luck with the celebration.
Thank you. Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you, man. Cheers, man. Enjoy.
Great stuff there, Dan. Great to hear from MacDonald. Just the camaraderie within the group. You know, the UDA and the boys from the UK all mingling in. It's great to see. It's such a good group and thoroughly deserved that victory, Harry.
Certainly did. Great to see them getting a picture now. They'll all be so happy. I'm sure they'll have a great night tonight, celebrating with the other boys from the men's football club. And what a good performance it was, hey? 2 losses, now a win. Congratulations, Gloucester.
Indeed. Just looking at that photo, you can pick out moments from every single player of how they contributed to that game and the season. It's been such a treble winning season. Man City, who? It's the boys in Gloucester this time round. And here he is, on the sideline. Maxon, Rhys Williams, the man from North Wales, took the reins today. He's ready with Dan Page. So many smiling faces as Dan is ready with Maxon to talk about that all-important first win as head coach on the biggest stage of them all. Rhys Williams with Dan Page.
I'm joined with Maxen, the player/coach. Maxen, sum that one up.
I don't think I can. I generally don't. That is exactly what I wanted from that game. A win, treble for the boys. We've worked our socks off, and honestly, I am so grateful for every single one of our members. They've been absolutely fantastic this year.
And you mentioned this year, it's not just this game. You've had an outstanding season, now completing the treble. How much work goes into that?
It starts from the very start. Not this year, not last year. Even the first year I came, we've had a tough time in our first year, but we've built and built and built. And look at the players we've got now. We've got so many good players, so many good members supporting us, doing well in all of our teams. Honestly, it's not us to thank for, it's everyone else.
Yeah, and we spoke to Elijah, one of the UDA boys. How massive is it having them to come into it and bring the ability that they've brought, getting the winning goal?
Well, we were a bit sceptical at the start of the year. We really didn't know how it was going to work, what was going to work, but we've seen. it does work. We're going to open them up with open arms next year for definite. And honestly, they have been absolutely outstanding.
Well, there you go. The winning team, go and enjoy your celebrations. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
Well done to Maxon
Varsity.
and his lads.
From the moment
Maxon.
it all began,
Head.
turning through a rich history, following in the footsteps of those who came before you, recognising you aren't the first ones to wear the jersey and won't be the last. Being part of something that's bigger than yourself, that means more than what happens on the field. It's about reaching new heights, having confidence in your team and immersing yourself in the atmosphere, breaking barriers, standing together. The roar of the crowd that carries you forward, cheering you on every step of the way. It all comes down to this moment, cheese versus sauce. The foundations are laid, now build your legacy.
It's time to own your moment.